Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial. Today we are exploring something new. I guess you've heard of Bolt. We're going to explore a free alternative to this Bolt. What is Bolt? Bolt is a AI, specifically made for development purpose. It's similar to V.Zero. Uh, I guess you know V.Zero, made by Verso. So V.Zero is a AI. A lot of people use it to build user interfaces because V.Zero is the one behind Next.js, so it performs really well when you're building user interfaces. And then just a while back, another AI was released, which was Bolt. So to access it, you go to bolt.new. So this AI is very powerful. Is similar to V.Zero, but with much more features, such as when you whatever code it generates, you can sync it directly to GitHub. You can download it. You know, you can work with it to zip it and download it. So show you an example of an application I built with V.Zero. Is this bulk SMS dashboard? I built this using V.Zero, and there are some other applications also which um, I don't have access to right now, and I won't be able to show you. But there's a lot of things you can do with this bolt. The beauty is that you can see all your generated files in the code. You can see all the folder here. It's basically an environment for development. So just like the sandbox for development, and then you can deploy your app directly. You can open in Stack builds. You can download. You can also uh, sync to. I think you can sync to Git. I don't know if you can sync to Git with this, but with the forked version. So, what? Before I get to that, let's take a look at the pricing for both. Let's see. Yes, look at the pricing here. These are yearly subscription. So this might be too much for a beginner and someone who, especially if you live in Africa, this might be a bit too much. $20 is someone's salary, someone's monthly salary, someone's monthly salary. Even some people don't get up to this, you know, as their monthly salary. So it might be a bit, you know, on the high side. But if you're a developer, you can still easily afford this. But how many AI would you want to pay for? Would you pay for V.Zero? You pay for OpenAI? You pay for Cloud AI? You pay for, you know, it just gets tiring, with all these new products being introduced every time. So today I'm going to show you an alternative. There's a way you can use both for free. Not totally for free, but on the less costly side. Uh, So what happened is someone actually created a fork because this is open source, both is open source. So someone created a fork of both, and both is, I think, is strongly tied to Anthropic, which is Cloudeyes model, which is the model behind Cloud. Um, and you can't change the model, just like you can't change the model behind V.Zero. It's just whatever is included. That's what you have to use. But someone created a fork of this, and worked upon it such that you can implement and you can add your own LLM. Choose whichever LLM you want to use, uh, whichever version. So you can add a lot of different LLMs from Cloud, from Anthropic to Mistral to OpenAI to even Google's Gemini. You can also add it, you know, and so many more, which makes it so powerful. So now you can do all your development tasks locally without even, because this is in the cloud. Whatever I'm building using this is in the cloud. I have no guarantee about my data being secure. I have no guarantee about my code base being secured and all that. So, but with this new fork, you can actually use it on your system. You can use it on your system, even though it's still talking to an AI, but there is no third party in between. It's just you, and the model you choose. So I believe this is much safe and it's much more better. So we're gonna take a look at that pretty uh soon. So this, okay, let me open this. Okay, this is it. Yeah. So here is the fork. Uh, it was forked directly from this. This is my fork version. This is uh the forked version, the original version that was modified. And you can take a look at the owner of the account uh that did this. We need to give credit to him because this is wonderful. This is wonderful. So you can see this is by Cole. So Cole Medin is the one, responsible for this. And this is so cool. So there are still some other additions that need to be implemented. You know, basically, when open source gives you some of their code, they don't really give you all the code, but it's because and some of them would. So these are the things that are included. These are the things that is needing addition. So if you feel, you have experience with one of them and you can contribute to this project, it's highly welcome. Better prompt enhancement, prompt catching, Alpha LLM plan the project in a MD file for better result transparency, VS Code integration with Git like confirmation, upload document for knowledge, blah 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 blah. So now I guess you can upload a document as a knowledge base for the AI. Voice prompting is not implemented yet. So you can see these are the high priority ones, you know, prevent bots from rewriting files as often. Better prompting for smaller LLMs. Code window sometimes doesn't start. These are the things, you know, that is high priority that you can work on if you're a developer. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you're a developer and you feel you can contribute, then go ahead. These are the things that, are high priority there. So let's continue with our video. So I'm going to show you how you can use this on your environment, on your system. So this is Python on the Node guys. Sorry about that, but you can still use it on on your PC, even with Node because it's Node and Python actually. So, but anything AI has a lot of Python in it. So if you are new to Python, it might be a little strange to you, contributing to it, understanding what was done there. But let's go into what we came here to do, to look at how we can use it, for our benefit. So basically, I've cloned this to my system. So you need to clone this. So you can clone it by clicking here. You can also fork it. You know, you can click this fork to create your own fork. I've created my own fork of it, which was where we're coming from. This is my fork of it. This is my profile. So you can also buy me a coffee if you feel this tutorial is helpful for you. So basically you can clone it. So to get started with this, you need to clone it in a folder. I guess you already know how to clone. If you are here and you're a developer, you know how to clone. So this is the cloned version. This is it here. Then you need to do one or two things. you need to have Node installed. So basically you need to have Node. This is Node's address here, and you need to have Git also installed. So once you install this node in your environment and you install Git, you copy this code to clone it here. You click on this, click on copy here, go to a terminal, the location where you want to copy it, and then you click on you type in git clone, and you paste the URL. It will ask you for your credentials once you are logged in to clone it into the folder. I'm not going to do that because I've already cloned it. So once you clone it, you want to open it in your editor. So you have it open, and then you see a env.example file. This contains all the API keys. So depending on which model you want to use, if you want to use OpenAI, you get your OpenAI key. You can see the article here telling you how to get your OpenAI key. So just click and follow the link and follow the instruction. For Anthropic, click on this, it will take you right to where you need to get your keys. For Open Router AI, Google Generative AI. So just click on, even you can use Olama with it, but Olama really doesn't work well with, such things. If you are just writing a blog post, that's probably fine with Olama, but doing code uh stuff, except you train your model, your Olama model, you train it, and it's an expensive process. Training the LLM can be an expensive, you know, process. For those who have trained an LLM, they know, you know, and basically all these things that we're using, all these versions of AI, they are just trained LLMs. They are trained. Most of them are trained on lots and lots of data. So it uh, takes a lot of data to properly train, to get to this level. So basically, you put your API keys. Once you add your API key, then you can start uh, the server, and run it locally. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. But for the Windows guys, you need to run the command on with administrative privilege. You need to install PMPM. Node is not going to work. You can't use Node to run it. It's PMPM you use to run it. So you need, I don't think it was specified here. So you need to install it globally on your system. So that is just easy for you to do. Just do npm install -g pmpm. That will install pmpm on your uh device. Okay, it's here. Pmpm. No, this is not. This is it, but it's um for Linux. This is a Linux command. So for the Windows guys, you don't include the sudo. You just put pmp npm install -g pmpm. So I'm not going to be doing that because I've already done that. It is installed on my system already. And I'm able to use it. So let me just close this server here. End this server. So once you have it installed, you run this pmpm install. I'm not going to run that here. So once that is installed, once it is installed, you then run this pmp run dev, pnpm run dev. So I'm just going to run it now. It's going to give you a port which is running on. Let's wait for it. So this is our port. I'm going to copy the port. Yeah, you can copy by highlighting and right clicking. That will copy it. And then you go to your browser, paste the code, paste the address, and it will load up. So you can see. So, this is where you get to select the model you want to use. Select your AI model. So this is why I said it's not completely free, because on your dashboard you need to have, to have put some credit. I've added some credit, which is not free. So you can add like $5, $10, $50, any amount you like. And it's not, they don't charge those dollars. It doesn't run out quickly. Also depending on the model you use. So I'm going to use OpenAI since I have OpenAI here. I think one of the best model here is the Anthropic, it was defaultly made for Anthropic. So, but I'm not going to be using this because I don't have credit on Anthropic. I have credit on OpenAI. And then you can select which version. I think the higher you go, the more costly it becomes. So ChatGPT 4.0 is similar to 4.0, but is uh, not up to 4.0, and the cost is still much more effective than 4.0. So you might want to, if you are trying to save cost, you might want to go for the 4.0 mini here, and then you can, tell it what to do, what you want. So let's go with this. Build a sample block. Let's see what it will do. I want to build a block, for a block in the technology niche to stop, make the UI as intuitive as possible, possible, possible to stop. Let's start with the front end. So we don't want it to be writing backend code for us. We just want the front end. That's why I'm uh, asking it to start with the front end. So let's just give it and see what it does. So you can see it has started working. You can see the step here, running command. Sometimes it will ask you, you will have to, if you are using Next.js and it's installing Next.js, it will stop and it will ask you for some prompt in this terminal. So you need to take note of that and be looking at this terminal. Just like when you are installing a Next.js project, it will ask you, do you want to use app router and all that? So you need to be taking a look at uh, this left side here, to make sure it's not waiting for an input from you. So this is beautiful. Let's see what is going on. So it seems to have completed starting the application. Let's hope it gives us something beautiful. So with this now, you don't have a daily limit, so you can use it, as much as you want. I don't know why it's taking. It usually takes a while to load up. So let's wait for it. I don't know if that's a counter an error or something, but this is ready already. Why do we have the app isn't loading? Why are we using invite? Okay, let's try using Next.js. I don't know why it's using invite. Why it's taking so long to load. Okay, I'm just gonna say let's use Next.js with tail thing. What is happening is it's not starting you have to restart the app. You can see it's installing the Wind CSS and all that. So we'll just come back when it has finished installing. It seems it has completed. This is not impressive. So let's try a building a to do app. I'm gonna say let's uh build me a to do app with intuitive user interface. Let's see. So we'll come back when the installation is complete. So our to-do app is complete. You can see, this is beautiful. Let's add a to-do. To develop a app, add, so we can add a play, but this is too big. Let's try to modify it a little bit. Um, use a trash icon for the delete button. Then we want to tell it also to add dark and light mode. And the third thing we want it to do is add a glass effect. Add a glass effect. Let's see what will happen. So you can see working on it. Okay, so it's complete. Toggle mode. Oh, okay. So let me see, develop an app, add task. This delete button is still too big. So let's make it do that. Delete button too big, too wide, too wide. Reduce the width. Let's give it a width to 64 pixels. 64 pixels. So I want us to start test both the ChatGPT 4.0 mini and the ChatGPT 4.0 version and see which is best to do app at task. This is still better for the icons. I think this is because it's using byte and it's not properly attaching the icons. Toggle mode. You can easily go back to the code, see where it is attaching the icon. I think it is in the JS file. You can see it there. Let's look for the delete button. Task list, toggle mode, add task button, dark mode, add to do, toggle mode. So let's check in the add to do. We should see the button. This is the button here. Image icons. So it's using a link. So probably the link is not So 64 seems to still be big, so we can reduce the um let's look at the class. Which class is it? Did they append a class to it? Let's check the styles. Container, input button, blah blah blah, button over, remove button. I'm gonna change it to 32 pixels, 32, which is half of 64. That might be okay. Save it. So you can save it and see your uh live preview. You can see already. So we don't even need the delete text there. We can remove it also. So but this video is just to show you, you know, what you can do. So let's try using ChatGPT 4.0 and see which one does it better. I'm just going to use the same prompt, but I'm not going to use this let's go to another window and create another project. So let's open it up, localhost. Good. Let's select OpenAI ChatGPT 4.0. And let's copy there's a typography error here, but that's not a problem since AI doesn't see words. Instead, it sees tokens. So making a typography error usually doesn't, you know. uh, Let me know, please. Let's see. I want the prompt to be the same as what was used before. It's also using Vite by default. You notice I didn't specify which uh, framework you should use or which library you should use. But it seems to be picking Vite by default for this. So if you need it to use a specific, framework, you really need to specify. Let's wait for it to finish. It seems to be an error. Import React failed to resolve. Why is it not picking? It's not picking the error. I'm just going to copy this. So can you fix the error? Can you fix the error? Let's paste it. Let's wait for it to complete. So it seems to have completed. Let's check out the preview. You can see there is a whole lot of difference between the model. You can see here I had to tweak and tweak, before we can even get this. Let's see if this, you know, works well. I'm gonna say to app, let's add it. You can see there is a whole lot of difference between the models you choose to use. This basically I don't need to make any adjustment, but let's just complete, the prompt, the same prompt. Let's give it the same prompt we give, concerning the styling. I gave it a prompt asking it to restyle, uh, adding a dark mode. Okay, my prompt seems to have disappeared. Where is my prompt? I remember I gave it a prompt dark mode. You can see it here. So I'll update it to include the trash icon. Okay, let's just say I'm just gonna copy this, remain dark mode, and so this is the prompt I gave it. Let's see, what does this icon do? Org chat from this message. So I'm going to, you know, ask it to include a trash icon for the delete button, implement dark and light mode toggle, now the glass effect. Let's see the difference. It seems to have completed dark mode. This dark mode is not even not like the first. Let's see if it's good. It replaced it. Replaced it. So we're gonna try to fix this or the dark mode. Add dark mode. So basically, seems your prompt really matters, and if you want it to fly, like achieve, you know something reasonable, you can't really use short prompting for this version of Bolt. But for the Bolt.new, it seems to accept short prompting very well. So it seems that if you are using any other model apart from Anthropic, I think Anthropic is uh, trained well on short prompt, even with development. But when it comes to OpenAI, it seems it doesn't really perform well with short prompting. So I think that's done. Dark mode. See, this is not perfect. There's still a lot of things to be done. So I think where this will fly is you using it to build backend, it will really fly. And then if you have a UI already, you have your design idea already, for asking it to do the design for you, give you inspiration or something like that, it really won't work. You need to really prompt it well with your designs and what uh you want. So a detailed kind of prompting seems to be what works well with this local version of Bolt. But he really tried for you to have done this. This is okay. And this also. So there's really no difference. I really didn't see the difference between the model. Even it seems that the 4.0 mini seems to work better, for development here. For it needs uh much prompting. You have to prompt it well. Your prompt has to be, top notch for it to really give you the UI ideas that you want and all that. So let's try something else finally before we wrap up this. So I'm going to tell it to give me an analytical dashboard. Um, I want to implement a inventory management tem this dashboard dashboard top use Next.js and Tailwind. Seems that this Tailwind and Next.js really works well. And uh, uh, if I use an intuitive and implement using great intuitive UI design patterns patterns. Also implement the light dark toggle, light dark, light dark theme for toggle. I'm using 4.0 now. You should have used 4.0 mini, but let's see what happens. Let's see the UI is gonna give us. So you can see here it's waiting for me to answer the needs to install packages to respond to this. This is what I was talking about. So you enter yes, and you will continue implementing. It seems there's a error. Let's take a look at the error. Okay, this is an iteration error. But what is this? What are we getting at? I don't really understand this. Let's take a look at the code base. Layout app, public folder, pages, index.js. Why is he mixing the app folder with? It seems to be mixing two different. This is not working. Okay, let's try the O meaning. Let me go back and copy the prompt. Change this to mini, and let's see. So basically, OpenAI doesn't seem to work properly with this kind of AI. So I think Mistral is, is the best that you can use. But unfortunately, I don't have a Mistral uh, API keys. So what we're going to do, I think what you can do is you can use OpenAI for backend. It wouldn't really have problem with that. I think about front end, you really, even if you try using ChatGPT to build a front end application, it's gonna struggle. It's really gonna struggle. The UI is going to give you it's just something else. But you try using V.Zero. V.Zero still does better. You know, and even Claudia does still still tries better. And Claudia is using Anthropic. So basically, if you can uh use Anthropic and train it properly, which is what Bolt did for, and that is why they've restricted it to Anthropic, because Anthropic performs well with UI related tasks, unlike ChatGPT. ChatGPT performs well with back end, code, something that is analytical that doesn't involve UIs. That's where ChatGPT shines. You know, you can see what I'm saying. I've forgotten to respond to the prompt. So that's where ChatGPT um shines. So basically, you can compare the two, and you can combine it also. So let's try building another app. Let's build it. Let's just this time around we're gonna build backend instead of front end, since OpenAI doesn't seem to work properly with front end. Um, a lot of tutorials they won't show you this. They will only build simple apps and you know show you that see if you can build a whole lot of things with it. So this time we're going to be a backend, and you're going to see how it is going to implement it. But before we do that, let's go into my chat GPT and let's plan out the app with chat GPT. I prefer, planning with chat GPT, and then, whatever I'm going to do, and then I'll do it from there. So so I'm going to say, I want to build a inventory management system. So can you write a implementation plan? So let's take a look at that. So you'll see where OpenAI shines now. You can see we are planning out the application. Is specify the back end and the front end. You can see the design architecture uh, and all that. Even the database schema, you can see that it's created it. The MVP, the build and test, blah, blah, blah. Let's continue generating. Something happened there, so let's continue. Let's allow it to regenerate. Let's see what we were building there. Okay, it's asking for. Let's just do this and see. So this was what I was expecting it to ask me the first time, but it really didn't. You can see it's 0.0 mini that is asking all this. 4.0 just went straight ahead. So you can see, those are all what we need. We don't need all this. So if I'm going to build this using using chat GPT, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this implementation plan. Backend development for the backend development. I'm just going to copy this. So this is what we want to give Bolt. This is what we're going to use as our input to Bolt. So we're going to just come here. I'm going to say, I want to build an inventory management system that fulfills the following conditions. And then I'm going to paste it there. So let's send it out. Let's check our conditions. Okay, we are using MongoDB, Node.js lint. You can see there we have the setup of the Node project using ESLint, the design, the APIs, unit testing and all that. So this is still not a comprehensive So I'm just still going to go back to the chat GPT description there, and then what will copy this step 4. So we're still going to copy let's copy the technology stack. Since we are not using front end, since this is the back end, I'm not going to include the front end there. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to adjust it. So I'm going to copy this to here. So you can you can even prompt it face by face using this technique. So let's go on for this, since we are fulfills the following conditions. Backend, that it will focus on the backend. I'm just gonna paste this, and then I'm gonna change one or two things there. So key features, yes. Reporting technology stack. I'm gonna remove this front end because we are not doing front end, just the back end, the database, authentication, deployment. We don't need the deployment for now. So I'm gonna remove this. Optional tools. So I think that is enough. So I think that's enough. We don't want to bombard it with information yet. So once it completes that, we can move to the next phase. So we are getting started with phase 2, since phase 1 is just planning. So let's see what it does with this. Now while it does that, let's just uh good, it has started working. Let's take a look at this. I still don't get what this is. Get started by editing. This is not taking me to where the website is. I can only see the next AS default generated page. So guys, don't use OpenAI for front end. Doesn't work well. But for analytical tasks, it shines. Let's go back to our back end. You can see here is already implemented the model. You have the route, you have the even the test. It has implemented even the test for you, the unit test. You can see, would you like to use TypeScript for configuration? I'm gonna say yes. Node or JS DOM. Let's just use, do you want to yes to add coverage? But yes, Babel automatically clearing mock calls instances. Yes. So you can see all the implementation. Yeah, you can see all the implementation. So basically, and you can see all the file and the folder structure. We have our model. Yeah, let's take a look at our user model. You see, it followed the PRD, the details that I gave it. You see here. So, and this is which kind of prompting is this? But this is not short prompting. This is more of a detailed kind of prompting. Uh, Prompting by, you know, what should you say? This is not, it's not example. You can't say, we are giving it example. We are just giving it, enough details of what is required. So basically, I think this is fine. You can see the product here, the product model. Let's look at our test here. Let's look at the route. I think here the routes for I'm not yet seeing the, okay, let me see here from product model route test. Yeah, I'm not seeing the controller and the services index here. It seems to, I don't know if it's still implementing, if this is still implementing or what. So I'll just say um implement implement the controller and services and middlewares. So you can see, so this is a beautiful stuff, but it's still not perfect. You still need to, do one or two things by yourself. So basically, it won't just, create all the thing and you won't need to make adjustments. You need to make some adjustments to whatever it is making, whatever it is working on. Most times you need to make your adjustments. You can see here. So the services, this is the report services here. This is the auth middleware where the token is being decrypted. But I'm not seeing where it is being added. I can see where it's being added to the request. So we are getting our authorization here, written it, verify, JWT verify here, secret, yes, if error, else next. This is not complete also. Product. So basically, I don't think this will work. This way doesn't work for me. So that's my review on this. Let's see. But for the bolt.new, this is for the original bolt.new. Let's go to bolt. This is beautiful, but you're limited in what you can do per day. So definitely we hope they will increase the limit later on. But if I try to, I'll probably try to build a backend and show you guys so that you can see and compare. But this shines. It shows that it has been trained. The model that is being used behind the Bolt has been trained. Now the forked version, you are just using, you are making use of the LLM directly. They've not been specifically trained, for coding purposes. They are not specifically trained, so they won't perform as well as the original Bolt. So, but if you can train your model, you know, you have access to training. You can decide to train a llama, and then train it by giving it resources, giving it tutorials, giving it a lot of things. But training a model is not really easy, especially, when it comes to, you need to give it, data that is not easily accessible also. So basically, if you can train your model, this would work perfectly well. It will probably work, just like the Bolt.new implementation. So basically, this is how you can use Bolt. If you have Anthropic, I think it will work better. It will work closely to what is here. But of course you can't beat this, because the model that is being used has been trained by the company behind Bolt. They've trained the model extensively. They've given it information that is not even easily accessible, probably with, developers, books, a lot of, guides and all that. So, but if you can train your own model, uh, this local version of uh, Bolt will work for you. So that's my um, review. So maybe some other time I'll do a video on Anthropic, using the Anthropic API, and let's see if that works better. But I'm guessing it will work better, because Cloudia is still one of the most advanced LLMs in terms of its thinking capability and, its responses. You know, so Anthropic, I think, will work better with it. So see you guys. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, this is a detailed explanation of the Bolt, of the free version, the one you can use locally. So if you love this tutorial, go on. So the basic summary is, this will work if you are doing probably content work, or and light coding, not depending solely on it to do all the development and all that, such as being advertised, by many people on different tutorials. This wouldn't work. It wouldn't work to build a full stack app, you know, using just it, and building something beautiful. You have to do a lot of work to have it to do that. You really have to do a lot of work. It will work for basic light tasks, you know. But if you really want, it currently cannot compete with the original owners. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Can you believe this? You know, this local version couldn't just get close. It couldn't get close, to what we have here. It couldn't get close. So that is it, guys. See you next time. If you love this tutorial, smash the like button, subscribe. If you are not yet a subscriber, kindly subscribe to this tutorial. Then we'll see you later. See you some other time. Peace and chill out.